Good morning, everyone. This is Professor Dean, and today's episode will be on filling out the time management schedule. So, on a time management schedule, we can do a monthly schedule, we can do a weekly schedule, we can do a daily schedule. For me, a daily schedule works. For others, a weekly schedule work. But the point of the time management schedule is so that we can be consistent, we can be persistent, and we can see that we can have some tasks accomplished, and it will help us to motivate us to get the next work done. So this is for us who are trying to keep a schedule, and sometimes it's difficult. It is difficult for myself also. However, if you're consistent and have a method that works, then it will become a part of you. So the first thing I have is what we call an Excel spreadsheet. And the first day of the week, Saturday. So the first day of the week here is Saturday. We have Saturdays all the way across. Now, what I do with my schedule like this, I put Sunday, then I go to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, just like it is, you can go ahead and save this. Save the schedule Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, some people get up real early in the morning and some people get up real late. For me, most of the time, I am up by 6 a.m. Sometimes I am up at 5 a.m. And when you get up early in the morning, you can do, some people are religious, they'll do prayer. Some people are people who meditate, they can meditate. But you need to have some time in the morning where you just have your head clear and you talk about some of the things that you want to do, and you think about what you want to do and organize yourself. So some people meditate, some people pray, some people have different ways of handling the morning. But one of the first tips I give to people is get up early in the morning. Get up early so you have a great start of the day. Sometimes when you get up that early, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, no one else is awake, so it is quieter to get some tasks done. So whether you meditate, and that is the most common way of using it, or you pray, or you read, I don't care, whichever one you do, then you put that down. That's the first thing that you do in the morning, right? Now, let's look at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. What is the activity that you do? Maybe you are reading a book, right? Maybe you're making breakfast, whatever it is. Now, I did type over the title, but this column is just for activities. Some people wake up at 6 a.m. and by 7 a.m., let's say they're in school. So when I did this, it was for people who woke up at 6 a.m. Then the first activity they have is that they go to school. Then look at the 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, let's say your college class starts. Some of your classes starts at 8 o'clock on Monday morning. Then on 9 o'clock, let's say your class lasts from 8 to 10. Then you put the name of the class, whether it is SLS or CGS, whatever the name of your class is, you put them in the correct box. Then let's say at 10 o'clock you have no class, you have a break, then you put a break. At 11 o'clock, let's say you have another class, then you put the name of the class, whether it's ENC, whether it's math, so you list your class here. Whatever time it works for, you put it in here. And let's say you have another break, and then you pick up an afternoon class at 2 o'clock. Then you write in what you do for that afternoon class. So this is how you would fill it in. Let's say from 3 to 4, you're traveling or you're doing something else. You're running errands, you could put errands. Then the next thing we put there from 4 to 5, that could be whatever you have to do. Let's say you're cooking or relaxing, because you do need some time for that too. Then you also talk about what you do from 6 to 7. Maybe you're eating, and maybe you're having time with family. Right? Some of you may have a class from 7 to 8. Do you put study time? You put study time for whenever you're studying. So basically, what are you doing? You're just filling out the log as you go along to say, what am I doing on each hour of the day? How am I making sure I am using my time wisely? Now, as you go down your schedule, when you finish for that day, and let's say you do it for Sunday, and I may have classes on Sunday. There's schools that have classes every day of the week, right? So, and sometimes your work, depending on which school you go to, needs to be submitted on that Sunday. So you could say, okay, Sunday's my day for school. Sunday's my day for something else. But again, remember, we are trying to do what? Fill out our activity schedule to see how we utilize our time. Now, as you go throughout that day, when you finish each activity, you can put done. On each one that you finish, you put done. Let's say you didn't get to do anything for ENC, then you put not done. That is the kind of way I want you to work it out, right? So you fill out all the activities and whether you accomplish them or not in the done column. The next thing is the next day that you wake up, you have the same thing. You put in what you do at 7 o'clock in the morning. Are you eating breakfast? Then at 8 o'clock, do you have another class? So let's say you have a biology class. Then you go ahead and you fill out each activity that you do on the hour so that you can see how you utilize your time. At the end of the day, you go through again. Then you put if you finish your activity, if you didn't finish the activity, so we know what rolls over to the next day. And this is how you're going to do the time management worksheet for this. So you have all your activities for the day. Then when you finish with your activities for the day, then you can go ahead and do what you need to do in terms of getting the activities done. When you get the activities done, then we go ahead and submit it. So you have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So for the purposes of this class, when do you think I need you to submit this? The next Sunday that is coming up. So if I give it to you today, I need you to submit it by that Sunday. And why I need you to submit it by that Sunday, because it's a whole week schedule, and some of you may just be thinking about it as you go along. Now let's go to the next section of your schedule. So we have done the activity. I also want you to post your classes that you're doing here. So for example, this is my class. I'm always trying to learn something new. So while I'm trying to learn something new, I put the class, I put my class, I put it whether it's EPI, MAC, whatever it is. Then I put my class, I put the amount of credit hours, I put when that semester begins, when that semester ends, when that semester begins, when that semester ends. Then I also try to indicate how am I taking this class? Am I doing it on Blackboard? Am I doing it online? Am I doing it in person? So I kind of put out, how am I doing these classes? Some of you maybe do it on Zoom. Some of you doing it on Blackboard. I don't care though. All of them are considered online. Now, at the end of the week, I want you to record how much study time done. How are you going to know your study time? When you look at the schedule, the one right here. How much study time did I put in? 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. Then I also want you to look and see what is the grades that I have now. We are on a week 4 in some of the schools that we're on right now. And it doesn't matter which week you're on, you need to say, let me assess myself. So what am I doing in this whole time management? I am recording my activity. Number 1, recording my activity. I am recording or evaluating for completion. Number 2, I am recording my schedule for my classes. I am recording how is my class conducted, online or in person. I am recording my study time done, and I'm also recording my grades. This way, I keep on top of what I'm doing. Lastly, I have here in this time management, my social networking time. How many of us look at our social networking time? How many of us look how many time we spend on Facebook? Oh, we can spend hours on that. Everybody making jokes, everybody making a comment. We get involved in that. We don't see how much time that we waste. Sometimes you can spend hours just on a Facebook post. Sometimes you spend time on an Instagram. We spend time on a Twitter. Some of us spend time on Snapchat. Sometimes it's on LinkedIn. Sometimes it's on a different social net site. So it could be Yelp. It could be Duolingo. It could be anything social networking. So we know all of them. List the ones you have. See how much time you spend on it. Maybe some of the time you spend right here could be used in the study time. Everybody understands? So it is we're trying to say to ourselves, what time do I allocate? What time do I use to get my things done, my study time? Things that I need to get done, things that are priorities. How am I getting it done? So for myself as a person, I work hard to be consistent and persistent. I will never tell anyone that I was an A student going to any college or an A student in any field. However, I am consistent and persistent. So sometimes when I am reading, I may skim some of the materials because I know I got to get the work done. I'm not a great reader, but I got to skim to get the work done, and then I'll go back later and read it a little bit at a time. So I take maybe about 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever time it is, and I learn to read the materials. So that's one point. The first thing that I do with a time management, I create a log. I prefer a log where I can cross off or say what is done. Now my log may look just like this, or it may just be on an index card where I write Sunday, today I'm done, then I throw away my index card. Monday, I do my list, then I throw away my index card. Tuesday, I do my list and I throw my index card. Wednesday, I throw away my index card, and it could be an index card, it could be a paper, it doesn't matter to me. But I keep something that I can physically study because I can't study technology, the one on the technology. It distracts me. As soon as you open the phone, there's distractions. So 1 is a time log. 2, I keep a schedule, a daily schedule. 3, I evaluate to see if I'm completed with a task, not completed with a task. 4, I try my best to be consistent. Set priorities. I also remove distractions. So why am I relisting these things? In one of my prior lessons, whether it be on podcast or YouTube, I try to go over 10 to 12 tips that I do for time management. 10 to 12 tips. My first one is what? A log. Number 2, get up early. 3, accomplish my tasks, get things done. Right? Another thing I do, eliminate distractions. That's 4, I eliminate distractions. My distractions could be the social networking. It could be people calling you for different reasons. So I try to eliminate distractions. What I do, another thing I do is I set priorities in terms of when I look at things that need to be done, I look at what I'm behind on, and I try to catch up on those at least 30 minutes. I read. I'm not a great reader, but I find some time to read, whether it's skim the material, review the material, but I read it somehow, right? So those are some of the things that I have done consistently to get the things done that needs to be done. And I also brainstorm. What could I do better? What could I do next? Brainstorm. Consistently. Brainstorm so that the task can be accomplished. Now, everyone has some setbacks. Everyone has something that is going to cause them to procrastinate. We all have that. We all get the same 24 hours in the day, but we have to learn to divide our time. We have to learn to evaluate our time. So there are 10 tips that I've gone over, and you keep a journal. I'm just remembering that one, to keep a journal. Write about what you did. See if it makes sense to you. So you keep a journal. And I would suggest to everyone in the class, work hard at it. You may not get an A, you may not get a B, but if you get a C, at least you're persistent, you're consistent. Because it's not the ones that always get the A are the ones that are always the smartest. Sometimes that C student, because they're so persistent and they're willing to try harder, they end up making it. Notice in life, everyone who we call successful. Notice in life, those who become successful. You just sometimes got to work harder for it. So my bottom line is, fill out the schedule. Type out your class or course schedule. Look at the time you spend on other activities. Then you can evaluate yourself. So evaluate what you're doing. Evaluate how you're getting things done. Make sure you're always on top of priorities. Catch up on things that you need to catch up on. Try not to leave everything behind. And stay on task. Also stay on task. Thank you. This is Professor Dean. Enjoy your day, and I hope this little video will make it easy for you to understand what to do. Thank you.